Herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe der Klemmbaustein-Lyrik und heute mal wieder mit einem Interview. Allerdings muss ich vorwarnen, das Interview ist auf Englisch. Und zwar ist es mit der Senior Marketing-Direktorin der Lego GmbH, Rebecca Snell. Und wieso sie Englisch spricht und wie es so mit dem Marketing beschaffen ist bei Lego und was vielleicht doch ein bisschen wieder Hoffnung macht, dass wir mehr Züge bekommen könnten, das hören wir jetzt. Das Interview habe ich übrigens am 29. Januar 2019 auf der Spielwarenmesse in Nürnberg bei der Pressekonferenz geführt. So with me is Rebecca Snell. What's your profession here at Lego Germany?
I am the head of marketing for Lego in the DACH region.
I think for me the first surprising thing was that you are speaking English. Where you come from?
I come from the UK, so from England, originally from a place called Peterborough, which you will never have heard of. It's 45 minutes north of Cambridge.
And you are working for Germany, so how comes this constellation?
Well, we are a global company, and actually we encourage people to work in different markets. And obviously in the office, majority of people speak English, so we get by just fine. Mm-hmm. I would love to say I could speak German, but I've tried. It's a very hard language.
What's your task here? What's your daily work?
My daily work is to take the wonderful product ranges that we have and develop and execute the marketing campaigns to both our shoppers, being the parents and gift givers, but also to, most importantly, to the kids, our consumers.
Has the situation changed, or have you any experience of what has been so in the last 10 years when you're thinking about marketing? Is there, I think 10 years before there was no Facebook really, there was no influencers, now we have 2019. What's your experience? What is the most difficult thing you have to handle now?
Well, when I started my career, which was quite some years ago, there was pretty much 3 channels. So it was TV, it was print, and it was outdoor. And then came this thing called digital. And it has completely changed how we market. You know, TV is still the most important channel for kids, and is still a major part of our marketing mix, but more so we need to look at where our kids are and they're spending time in the digital space, and so we've needed to adapt our marketing strategy to reach them and to be where they are.
How many things are your decision here in Germany? How many comes from Billund? How is the connection there?
Well, we work very closely with Billund. Obviously, they are responsible for developing the wonderful products that you've seen today, and they will develop a marketing toolbox for us that we then take and look at how we implement that toolbox and how we add things that are more locally relevant. So, for example, we wouldn't necessarily receive events within a toolbox. That would be something that we would develop ourselves.
So what's very special for Germany, for example? What's special than in other countries?
Oh, what's special in Germany? I think
more technique, for example, I think, than in other countries.
Horses, definitely.
Horses?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my big things that I was very surprised about is how popular horses are. So it's great that we have horses in the range. And then obviously in this market, Technic is very, very important. And has a broad appeal to both kids and adults. What else is special here? Trains.
Yeah. Right.
Trains, and actually if you look at our success from last year, the train products in both the City and the Duplo lines did very well for us. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we have the hope that then sometimes they will really create an expert in trains again, but okay, we will see. But if this is a success, then
we'll take that feedback.
Yeah, I think he knows. But what I also realized, for example, Overwatch is not really promoted here in Germany. That's right.
Well, we are absolutely distributing it across all of our channels, and we will be marketing it to young adults who are gamers and who are Lego fans. With Overwatch, I think we're very selective in who we partner with. And with Overwatch, the story is about heroes fighting for the greater good and making the world a better place. And the game itself teaches things like, strategic thinking and teamwork. So it felt like a good fit for us. But our advertising and our marketing will be very much directed at those younger adults and above.
I think there are some other themes. For example, now Lego Movie 2 has also something that looks more or less a little bit like a gun. Is this something that's more, for example, Americans are keen of, like for example Germany, or is this something that's very special for you for doing marketing about something like that?
Well, in our products we have knights and we have warriors and we have ninjas and we have policemen, and kids like to role play those characters, but there's a big difference for us between conflict and violence. So within our sets, the kids can role play conflict in a positive way in a fantasy world. We absolutely do not advocate violence in our sets whatsoever.
What's about adults and marketing directly to the adults? I think, for example, Lego Forma, what was not supported here in Germany, but in UK and US, has special on targeting adults. Will there be more like Lego for Men, for example, was a slogan here also in Germany? Is this coming more and more? Is this a change in Lego?
Kids will always be our primary focus. That is why we exist as a brand. And so when we're developing our products and our marketing, we do very much focus on kids. However, we do have a really big adult audience, particularly on franchises like Technic or Architecture. We know that we have adult fans out there, and so more and more so we are looking at how we invest to reach that adult audience, whether that be as a consumer, but also as a shopper.
I think for marketing it's perhaps something special because it's completely different areas where you support this. I think on sport channels you do this and not on Kika or something like that. Is this a new field for you or a special field, or is this are special people working on this, or it's all your task?
It's all our task. I would say we have a lot of experience actually on something like Lego Technic, where we look at a dual targeting strategy. So we look at how do we reach the kids? So what is the consumer journey, and therefore where do we need to be marketing to them? But we also look at, what are the right channels and platforms for adults, and also what is the right message for them, and make sure that we're doing that too. So the team, for example, working on Technic will work on a dual strategy to reach kids and reach adults.
There's something or someone else in this area playing in marketing. It's Rabach, and what's this connection of Billund, the agent, or what's it called, and your?
Say we have local agencies that help us take the toolboxes that we receive from the global team and work out the strategy on how we execute those and bring those to market. So we work with many different agencies, media agencies, PR agencies, influencer agencies.
Mr. Lehmann also mentioned the task or the course Held der Steine. I think that you understand in German.
Yes, I do.
And is there something from your perspective of marketing you have learned of this, or something you will do different in the future?
As Freddie said, we value feedback from anyone. So whether that be our fans, like yourself, or whether that be consumers or shoppers, we spend a lot of time now listening to feedback, to pick up on trends, but also to hear feedback on our products so that we can get better as Lego. In this particular case, it wasn't anything to do with Helder Steiner being an influencer. It was to do with the fact that we were protecting the Lego brand, and we advised him not to register his logo. I think one of the big learnings though is how we manage the situation. And we are reviewing the internal processes. I think Freddie mentioned that, in this instance, we should have called him. And in future, we would do that. But right now, we're looking at how we could have managed the situation better.
But you knew him from before?
Yes, we knew him. And actually, since what happened, we have had a call with him, and I'm meeting him tomorrow.
Okay. And I've also seen last year, from the marketing perspective, interesting thing that you worked together with some influencers, not head of the Stones, but I think some from very different, Leo Belly and I don't know how they all called, YouTube stars. And I think this was a special thing last summer, I think, around.
Yes,
and
what? You do a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I have a YouTube channel, so I realized this. Yes, why them, not me? So no, but what's your experience of this? Was it a success?
Well, influencers are part of our marketing mix. And as you say, we did run a campaign back in the summer that was about working with influencers to highlight the new products that we had coming out for the second half year. But what's really important is that we select the right influencers. So we really look at, who are their target audience? What is their tonality? Do they have a brand fit? So do they share our values and our love of the brand? And based on that, we select who we will work with. When we do work with them, it's really a collaboration. So we will obviously create a concept together to make sure that we're getting our brand messages across. But I think in the world of influencer marketing, there has to be a degree of freedom, because the influencer knows best what their audience likes to see. So it really is a true collaboration when we work with these influencers, that yes, we're getting the message across, but how it's executed, we give freedom to the influencer to do it in the way that they see best for their audience.
Is this also dangerous for you, or is there something you're saying? Oh, I hope that they will not do this and that, and that if you give freedom to them, then perhaps things happen you have not under control, up to shitstorms because of something is happening you have not under control. So, is this for you as a marketing expert something you say? Okay, we can try this, but not every day. I cannot sleep anymore.
Well, the fact is it's really important because kids, that's where kids are. Kids are on YouTube. And I think with influencer marketing, you have to, as a brand, relinquish some control, which I think is a challenge for some marketeers. But certainly for us, I think how we've worked with the influencers so far has been successful. And giving them the freedom hasn't been a negative. So actually the content that's been created has been really engaging and at the same time helped us to deliver the messages that we wanted to. There's always a risk with these things, but I think as modern marketeers we have to embrace that influencer marketing is important and therefore be able to relinquish and control a little bit.
So it can be, for example, again that you try this with influencers, for example.
Yeah, if we find the right ones.
Okay.
But as I said, it's really important that they are the right ones.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So have a look at the future. You presented some new products we will have in the second half year in 2019. A special new Control Plus system for Technic and some other new things. What's your highlight of the new, or what's from the marketing perspective for you the easiest thing to do marketing about?
Technic.
In Germany, yes. Okay.
No, for me, that product in particular is definitely going to be on my wish list for Christmas. It's just such a fantastic product, great partnership, and the whole new Control Plus app element, where you can have multi-function, so different parts move it and we can control the speed and you can program different movements and create a sequence. It's super exciting.
But also for you marketing, will there be a position for children? I think for children, perhaps younger children, it's too much. For older children, okay, when we had this label Lego for Men, is Lego for Men anymore existing, or is it ending? Is there this brand, Lego for Men, anymore?
It is a campaign that we have used over the last few years. I would say that we didn't hit the mark with the campaign last year. We were going after the adult male audience in the run-up to Christmas. But, Lego is for everyone, and I will hold my hands up and say that we didn't get it right with that campaign. And we listened to the feedback that we got from consumers and shoppers. We pulled the campaign straight away. That doesn't, however, mean that we are not going to be developing a marketing strategy on a product like that to talk to adults. But, I am a woman and I am a massive Technic fan. So it's not just all about men. It's also about women as well.
Okay. And what will be the most difficult thing? I think it's difficult to say, perhaps, but from the marketing perspective, is it more difficult to address children because they are more complicated and more different kinds of children, or is adults more problem because they are or it's men, they are easy to know what they know. Men are easy, for example, to address.
I would say that Lego is a loved brand, so it's, from a marketing perspective, I'm not saying it's an easy job. It's not an easy job, but I think what is probably more difficult, less so going after children or adults, it's more about how we navigate this digital space. So this, I think, is a challenge for all marketers right now because it's such a complex environment. Even planning and buying the media in that space is hugely more complex than in the old days of TV, print and outdoor. So I don't think it's about how we reach different audiences, it's about the channels that we now use to market.
Okay. Thank you very much. It was very interesting, and we will see what's how you present then Control Plus and what will come.
Can I ask a question to you?
Yes.
What is the favorite thing that you have seen?
I think it's also this Liebeherr technique, but it's, as I said to a colleague, for me it's a difficulty. I have a wife, so I think the women acceptance factor is not, for my wife, it's not very high. So I have the problem to where to put it. So where you cannot see it. So I think that was it's a difficult. That's the problem. But also for the Millennium Falcon. So that's it's not the money. It's where she cannot see it. So that's I like it. But also the space theme of city I like very nice. I think it's very nice, and also the new Trends is normally not for adults, but I like this theme of the ferry. What's it called in English? Fairground. Yes. So it's there are nice sets coming, and also expert and so, but creator for now. But we will see what will be there from experts coming. So I think when I ask you what will come, you will not answer me. I know. Very sad, but we will. Yeah, and to be surprised, I think. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, and hope to see you again. Thank you.
To me.